So if you watched my last video, you know that last week I made one video for the whole week just to see how that was working, and I hate that. I hate it. I'm never doing it again. That was the worst. It was fine recording it, but then when I got to the editing part, it was awful. It was awful, and I don't ever want to do that again. So now I'm gonna try doing bi-weekly because I think that's a lot more manageable with filming and editing. So we're talking about the first half of this last week. So Sunday morning, Sundays all pretty much go the same. You wake up, go to my freshman Bible study, then go to church, then go to lunch, then I go back to my room for the rest of the day, and then I go back to church that night, dinner afterwards, game night with Matt's friends, and then I go to bed. That's pretty much how every Sunday goes. Usually with some people, like I'll go with somebody different to different things every Sunday, so that'll change, but pretty much it's the same thing. So this Sunday it was all with the council. I went to church both times with the council, lunch with the council. Dinner was actually with Matt, Rachel, and Heather, but it was just a fast dinner because we had to get back to our room for game night. So that's how Sunday went for me. Monday was, I don't even remember Monday. That's why I write these things down on my laptop here. So Monday, wake up at 8:30. That's always fun. I had my New Testament class, which I have with a guy in my collegiate. His name is Joel. He's a freshman, and Joel is the guy that just knows everybody. He knows way too many people for it to be normal, if you know what I mean. Like every time I meet him, he's with somebody else and he introduces me to a new person. It's so weird. And every Sunday I see him too, and he reintroduces me to his sister, who I've met probably like 4 times now. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, he actually wasn't in class on Monday. I texted him and I was like, hey, are you all good? And he was like, yeah, I just slept in. And I was like, oh, okay. But he didn't text me back till later, so I was a little worried for a minute there, but he's fine. So after New Testament class was chapel, and then work, and work was great until I was at work, right? And we are assembling the hot meals for grab and go. It'll be like, we have these little boxes about that big that we put food in, and I think Monday was, I want to say chicken nuggets, but don't quote me on that. And so I was arranging these boxes after I had put chicken nuggets in them in a nice grid formation. And my coworker asks me if I'm autistic. And I was like, I don't think so. Because, well, she would know too, because she has like, I think 2 or 3 autistic siblings. And so I was like, I don't think I am, but I mean, no, I'm not. Anyway, after work, I had my 3D Design Fundamentals class and my Design Fundamentals 2 class. So that's 4 hours in the VPA back to back, which I love. And then after that, I had dinner with the council, and then we played Minecraft in the Commons. And then by that point, it was probably like 10 o'clock. And so I went back to my room because curfew is 10:25, and Owen was there. Owen was in my room. And that's fine though, because I mean, well, he practically lives with us now. He's over so much. But I mean, I'm not complaining because Owen's great. So, well, it wasn't 10 o'clock yet. It was probably it was 9:50, and that's when I get a call from my friend Summer, and she's like, hey, the dramatic production auditions are going on right now. They're desperate for male actors. And I was like, this is a sign that I need to go over and do auditions, because I was thinking about it for a while, but I forgot the auditions were on Monday night, and so I hadn't made a decision yet. So in that split second, I was like, okay, I'm doing it, and I ran over there and I auditioned 5 minutes before auditions closed, and I didn't even have a monologue. I pulled up the Bible app on my phone and started reading. Just the first thing that was there. I think it was Job. It was either Job 1 or 2. I don't remember, but that's what I did. And after that, I went back to my room and I slept, and it was great. Actually, yeah, that's what I did. And then Tuesday was great. I woke up at 7:30, which is never fun, but in speech class I had a scripture reading preview, which is basically just a speech, but you do it once and then they tell you what you did wrong, and then you do it again a week and a half later, and that's the actual speech. So I did great, actually. There wasn't much that I was told I was doing wrong, so that's good. So anyway, whenever we do speeches, we get out of class early, so that's awesome. So I usually just sit in the commons with Ben and his friend Jaden. So that's what I did. And then after that, had work, did my grab and go delivery boy stuff. It was pretty good. And then usually on Tuesday, I will have lunch with 2 separate groups of people, but I did not have anybody today, and I was fine with that. So I had lunch by myself. I went back to my room, took a 27-minute power nap. That was pretty good. And then I went back to work because that's how my shifts are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's pretty weird. But after work was digital graphics. We were working on tracing a picture of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. We were tracing a picture of him last week, and when I opened the file on Tuesday, it was all it didn't save, so I didn't have any progress made. So that sucks, but it was fun because it's not an important project or anything. That was just an exercise that we were doing. Anyway, after that was Video Chapel, which I actually forgot to go to both times last week, which is not good. I think I mentioned that in the last video. But after Video Chapel I had dinner with some kings, and then went back to my room. I should have folded laundry, but I didn't. And then I also had a water fight with Matt because he got these little water guns from the bargain bin store that are pretty neat. They're actually really good water guns. They're not super wet. They don't shoot a ton of water, but they only shoot enough to where you can still use them inside. It's pretty cool. And then after that, played some Minecraft with the counselor for a little bit, and then went to sleep. And then last day I'll be talking about in this video is Wednesday. Woke up at 9:15. Wednesdays are pretty nice because I get to sleep in. I dropped off some Collegian fundraising money to student activities so we can open up the Collegian Minecraft server, which we've been talking about for a long time now. And then after that, I went straight to freshman class meeting, because we don't ever have chapel on Wednesdays, but we always have something, except for there's only 1 week out of the month where we don't have anything during chapel hour on Wednesdays. So today was freshman class meeting, and there's an interview with Dr. and Mrs. Shoemaker where they said that they are remodeling Four Winds, one of the dining halls. So that's pretty cool. That's gonna be good. I'm excited for that. They're gonna do it over the summer, I think is what they said. So, and then after that, I had lunch with my friend Nate, which was not on purpose. I was just eating lunch, and he happened to be there. Because on Wednesdays, on Wednesdays, I only have 15 minutes to eat before I go into work. So he comes up and sits down, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? I can't sit here long. And he was like, it's okay, neither can I. And I was like, oh, sweet, that works out then. But yeah, so after that, I went into work, where I don't usually do delivery boy business on Wednesdays, but today was an exception because apparently the person who was delivery boy on Wednesday forgot a salad that the nursery people needed. So one person didn't have lunch yet, so I had to go drive that over, and then I also had to go pick stuff up from the warehouse, which I've never done before. So that was interesting. And because of that, I was almost late to my next class because usually, so I was supposed to be off at 12:30, right? And so my boss calls me over at 12:25 and he's like, "All right, I need you to go make these deliveries, make this delivery of the one salad and go pick this up from the warehouse." And I was like, "All right, I don't even know where the warehouse is." And then he showed me and I was like, "All right." And I didn't mention I was off in 5 minutes because I was like, I'll just get this done real quick. It took 20 minutes. My class was at 1. I got back to work at 12:55, and I was like, crap, this is not good. Because usually I would use that half hour to go and run and get all my art stuff from my room because I don't carry it around to work. But I couldn't do that, so I just went straight to my class, and I didn't have any of my stuff. So I just ran back during class to get my stuff. I asked my teacher, and I explained the whole thing to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. Go get your stuff." So anyway, for that class, I'm making a raccoon, and it's turning out pretty good. I will show you that later when it's more done because I say it's looking good. It's not good yet, but it's going to be good soon. So that's gonna be cool. And then after that, I had my Design Fundamentals 2 class, and then collegiate dinner, church with the council, went back to the room to change, and then there's also a Bible study that night on Wednesdays. They're doing it every Wednesday now on second floor of Rice Tower. Just for the guys. So I went to that because that you can never have too much Jesus, you know? And then after that, I came back to the room, I edited the last video, and then I went to bed. So that was my half of a week. It was pretty good. I will probably come out with the next half at the beginning of next week, so be on the lookout for that. I will see y'all later.